I want to make a little bit of a quick video. This is a complete different video because I had this in my thoughts for a very long time, and honestly, I really don't know how to start this, right? Now, here's the thing. I have multiple times have talked about, some biblical dreams I had before, and I was like, why not? Let's talk about it. And towards the end of the video, I will go ahead and recommend that for you guys so you guys could watch it. But I do want to talk about something a little bit different. And I just want to get it off my chest a little bit. And, as a Christian, I genuinely feel like the end of the world is near. I do think that the world is coming to this, end where, I think everything is unraveling, right? Where we're getting stuff like the Mark of the Beast, and we're getting stuff like a lot of these crazy things that is eventually going to lead us towards the end, especially what's going on right now. And there are some crazy prophecies that is being fulfilled. I can't say the word, I'm so sorry, but there are being, there's prophecies that's now, being, I guess, completed, right? Because it just genuinely feels like the end is near. You get stuff like, the Iran versus USA, and a lot of these crazy stuff that's been going on recently. Now, what's the most strangest thing is there's just, with all of these crazy things that's going on, for some reason, there's a verse that's popping in my head where when it comes to the USA, for some reason, there's this verse that says Babylon will fall into 1 hour, within 1 hour or something like that. Someone should probably let me know down below. But, the more that I go ahead and see a lot of these things, it really does look like things is genuinely unraveling to something very scary that's coming in the future. And it's something that is, for Christians, I just want to say, you would rather see Jesus' second coming than go through the, great tribulation, if that makes sense, right? Now, I don't really pay attention to raptures and stuff like that. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I don't really pay attention to that, but what I'm just trying to say is that there is some sort of, crazy thing that's going on. I mean, you're getting AI intelligence literally all over the place. You're getting stuff like, I don't know, it's just the most craziest text message, like Elon Musk literally saying that, get ready for, we want a legion of babies so we can get ready for the apocalypse. And there are some crazy things going on in the near future, and it just genuinely feels like things is wrapping up. You're also getting stuff like Neuralink. I mean, I just genuinely don't know how far that they will push this, literally. And right now, I know it doesn't feel like they're pushing this, but it does feel like that they're pushing this to the point where it is right now, we need this right now. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think, God's going to, or Jesus is going to come, in the next, 3 days or something, or 3 months. I think that there is going to be a period of time where we're going to have to kind of endure a lot of these crazy stuff that's going to happen. And this is what it's literally raveling up to be, which is genuinely weird. It's genuinely, we're really seeing what the end times really look like. I mean, I remember I had a dream, right? And this dream where I was in a building, right? Now, I don't know if it's tall or, wherever it is. I say I was in a tall building. I genuinely don't know, but that's what it felt like. In this dream where I was in this large, tall building, and all of a sudden, the bright light comes up, and boom, I see a, I don't know, a light, and then I'm like, oh, Jesus is coming, and I said that 3 times, right? And I remember me standing, I think, by a laptop or something, so I genuinely don't know. And so the more that you even, see people go ahead and even claim that there are some stuff going on, it is genuinely kind of scary to really think about that, something is coming up. You also got to understand the multi-billion-dollar, bunkers that these millionaires or billionaires are making. Literally, I feel like they're just spending so much money on these you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I mean, you are seeing some of the most craziest things. And I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like they're claiming that it's just AI, but in actuality, I just don't think it's AI. I think that they know that the end is near. Like, let's be honest here for a second, right? No one is going to be making bunkers for AI. AI will literally track down your location and boom, you're done, right? Like, I genuinely do feel like that like, there are some, like, parts of them that they know that, like, something is coming up super soon. I think the reason why I say this is because literally in the Bible it talks about let's hide. Like it literally says towards the end times that people will hide underneath, the mountains, just because they're so scared what they're seeing, or they're so scared, you know what I'm saying? And it's weird to just even look at, and like they're like literally building bunkers just because of like something that they are genuinely scared of, which is like one of the most weirdest things, and it's just very scary. Now, like I said, I don't usually talk about these type of stuff, but I genuinely cannot like stop thinking about this, and honestly it's just something in my heart that's just telling me to do so. Maybe it's just fear or something, but just something just telling me to just get it out of my chest and kind of post it, right? Which is kind of weird because when it comes with this, I just genuinely don't like to talk about certain stuff like this. I usually do it like with like random people, but other than that, I just genuinely don't like talking about this stuff. And honestly, when it comes with like the end times and stuff like that, it is genuinely like very scary to talk about, because there are some stuff that is like crazy things that's like about to happen. I think what I'm mostly fearful of for the end times, and like when you see a lot of these stuff kind of like raveling around and you're just looking at it and you're like, what is going on? Is you're seeing the entire world that you grew up, crumble. It's dead. You trusted in a world that like is eventually, you know what I'm saying, it's falling down like literally within your eyes. Like I'm not even kidding with you guys. Like if you look at 2000 and what 19, 18, 17, there was literally nothing like this. And then when we hit this decade, 2020, it was like things crumbled from literally 2020, where people were just simply just coughing from, COVID, to now we're literally having legitimate wars going on. And now by the year 2030, it's like, let's bring chips. You know what I'm saying? And it feels so weird, right? And it feels like things are genuinely wrapping up within what the Bible says, and it's scary. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not something to really look forward to, right? It's not something where you just want to like look forward to wars and stuff like this. But I think these stuff has to happen because I think that's just the fallen world that we literally live in. With that being said, I think one of the hardest things to even just look at is, people like these celebrities, right? And then mind you, a lot of these celebrities, a lot of them claimed or probably even gave signs that hell, that they even sold their soul. And like a lot of these celebrities who have done this are genuinely terrified. Genuinely, like people are building bunkers. The people are literally, like it's weird. You could even like look at stuff like, I don't know, it's just something about this entire thing, you know what I'm saying? And this entire, like Revelations. And if you really study Revelations and you look at the real world, like it really looks like things are somehow like raveling it up, but also somehow like things are being exposed. And like we just never seen something like this. Like literally just 5 years ago or even 3 years ago, people, said, selling your soul was a conspiracy theory. Now there are people who genuinely believe this. It's just brought out of the public out of nowhere. Where like, for example, some crazy conspiracy theories, like I don't know, like the most wildest things, is like, boom, you know what I'm saying? It's brought to light, and it's just something very, very interesting to really look at. But I really genuinely don't know, and it's a very scary time to really like kind of live in. I think if I literally lived in any other time, I have no idea, because like every time has its own downfalls, and you know what I'm saying, an uprise. But I would probably, I don't know, live in like ancient Egypt or something, because at least I wouldn't have to, worry about like these crazy things that's going on. But at the same time, like the more that you kind of look into this stuff, and personally for me, it's like the more that I look into these stuff, it's like the more that it kind of eases you in such a way, because it's like, well, even though like a lot of these things are happening and it looks like it's like out of control, right? And like it's not necessarily worry, I'm saying, like at first you could probably be worried, but then it's like, like just it's just something about like the entire thing is like wrapping everything up, and then it's like, God is coming. It's just something weird. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that it's just very strange that there's just a lot of things happening all at once. And it's just very weird. I mean, even when I was on TikTok, for example, I don't know if you guys had this, but I literally had messages like from TikTok itself. You know, when you hit the search bar, that was literally just saying spamming God is coming. Or, you know, one of the most like wildest like things, I was like, it just felt weird. It felt like it was like a little bit too biblical. And I was just looking at this, I'm just like, this is kind of weird. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of bring back and just like, you know, let's just talk about it, you know, because I genuinely like without a doubt like do have some sort of fear when it comes to these stuff, but at the same time it just kind of eases out, right? Also, another thing is I'm posting this is simply because I want to hear your thoughts, right? I genuinely do want to hear what you guys want to like, what you guys like think about this, or whether, you know, like it's like, oh, you know, everything's wrapping up, that's cool, or it's like it's actually kind of fearful. I mean, at the end of the day, we were literally told not to fear and just look up and just say, hey, come quickly. But other than that, that's pretty much it.